Well, this has been a long time coming. Oh my gosh, we're finally doing D&D. Yes! Welcome to the Breakfast Club. I had to think about it there. I was like, wait, yes, Breakfast Club. That was a very good name come up with by Alex.
Hello.
So as you can see, we've all gathered around. Eurogamer collaborating with Dicebreaker.
Yeah, you don't know what our name is either. There you go.
All right, well that was disastrous. Over to our fearless DM.
Hello. This is quite nice to be nervous again behind the DM screen. We're about to kick off an entirely new campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. I will be your DM, as denoted by the screen. And I figured just before we kick off, we should go around the table, and if everybody could introduce, just say who they are first, and then their characters. Tell us as much or as little of your backstory as you want, and then we shall begin. Who wants to start?
Me? Oh God! Oh, this is okay. Fair enough. So, hello. I am Good, Bad, the Bad, Good. I am a half-orc barbarian, part-time chef. So my signature weapon is a golden frying pan. It's actually called a butt pan, and maybe one day we'll find out why. I'm out in the wilderness on my own at the moment because of things which may become apparent at some point down the road. But I'm a little bit lonely. I've never really been out and about by myself before, so I do mean fry up though.
Nice.
Hello, I'm Wheels from Dicebreaker, and I'm going to take this mask off already.
Already?
I'm playing, well, I'm out of character, so it's fine. I'm playing Robert O. Copp, who is a warforged artificer from a futuristic town in which I was some kind of servant robot class. As a cop, as you could probably expect. Unfortunately, I was built too harsh and enacted justice with too much fury, and as such I was put into deep storage. But I was mysteriously awoken via circumstances of which you may learn in the future. And now I seek my place in the world as my city lies in ruins and I have no jurisdiction. And yet I must melt crime.
Excellent.
What a tagline. Amazing. Hi, I'm Zoe from Eurogamer. I am playing Morrigan Manafort, the Tiefling War Jester. I'm on the run from something that definitely wasn't my fault, but kind of was, that happened in the past, that you'll find out about at some point.
I know.
I know. War Jesters are basically rogues who like being the centre of attention, so it should gel well with the rest of the group, maybe.
I am Aoife from Eurogamer, and I'll be playing Etain, the human cleric, and this is Pangerban. Imagine a big cat there. We've been together pretty much forever. We've been friends ever since I can remember. We used to run around the temples back in the city where we grew up, and we used to get in a bit of trouble, but one day when we were both still very young, we went into the Temple of Pelor in the city, and we were just messing around, but Pan accidentally knocked over a sacred relic, and as any cat owner will tell you, is a common occurrence. But they were going to split us up. They were going to send Pan away forever, but I pledged myself to Pelor's service so that he could keep staying by my side. So now I am probably the world's most reluctant cleric. But they finally, so I've been healing the sick and feeding the poor, blah, 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 for years. And I've finally let them, convinced them to let me go out into the world because, you ruin one little summer solstice and suddenly everyone doesn't like you anymore, so.
Wow. I'm Alex. I'm also from Dicebreaker, and I'm playing Hel, the Shatterkai rogue. So I'm a bit of an emo elf, if you will. I have lots of tattoos, like my sick chains around my wrists.
Smudged.
They've blown out something fierce.
I've just left the Shadowfell. I'm on a mission for the Raven Queen, who I am obsessed with. And yeah, that's me. I'm quite young, and I'm quite badass.
If you do say so yourself.
So I like to think.
Also, I'm super strong as well.
Yeah.
And I, Johnny, shall be playing literally everybody else
Hey.
in the world. We begin our adventures in the southern isles of the land of Geth, which some of you may already have heard of. It's very near the edges of the land. We're in the town of Falstad, which is really more of a way station. It's sort of like there's a tavern and there's a shop, and like it's mostly where people go to stay for the night, sort of water and feed their horses as they continue on their way to further locations. You find yourselves in the market square, where there are lots of people bustling around, selling things, blah blah blah. I think that's you're in the market square. Go.
We've already run into each other, haven't we?
Yeah, I sort of caught you stealing some bread and grabbed you by the wrist.
Stealing it for a good reason,
Well,
which was...
The problem is I don't have any jurisdiction in this town.
No, you don't.
So,
I did tell you that repeatedly,
Whilst-
which is why my hands aren't burnt off in
yeah,
melting.
whilst theft is a crime punishable by hand melting, I have nothing to actually offer this.
Yeah.
So I'm desperately seeking some kind of badge. But everyone just
Amazing.
keeps weirdly ignoring me, and I don't know why. But,
Funny that. I did only steal the bread to feed those kids, though. I would like to remind you. And the baker was a dick anyway, so I had it coming. So we're in the market square together.
Mhm.
So do I see a giant white cat walking around with someone pissed off looking in front of it?
It's quite hard to miss.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of people like you're used to it by now, so you don't even notice the crowd parting before you, like the sea as Pan just sort of like slinks along beside you, doing that sort of like shoulder bladey walk that felines do. Yeah, you see Etain just kind of wandering along.
Amazing. I'm going to nudge you. They look like they could be helpful in when we go off and about, trying to find you some jurisdiction somewhere so you
Yes,
can arrest me and do the
jurisdiction.
melty stuff. And also, along the way, might be able to earn some cash, maybe.
Legally, perhaps.
Legally, definitely. That's definitely what I was thinking. But a giant cat might come in handy. Don't you think?
Well, as long as no vandalism is taken part in, then this should be fine.
It should be fine is how I epitomise our relationship, right? Sure. I would like to approach Etain and the giant cat. I'm going to keep my hands to myself because I'm scared that the cat's going to bite them off.
Okay.
And just kind of greet them and say, "Hey!"
Hi. I'm kind of new here. I don't really know what's going on. I know a lot of people are staring, but I assume you want to say hello to Pan.
May I?
Yeah, he's actually really. He's not a fighter. He's very sweet. He only really is interested in chicken.
Chicken.
And
I
that's
turn
about
to
it.
you. We could throw some chicken at the people, the enemies, and then that might work.
I mean,
maybe?
if you're looking for like companions or whatever, like I'm fresh out of the temple. Like I'm looking for action. I can set fire to things.
Set fire to
I
things.
can, yeah, no, I'm
Hold
actually
up
really
right
good.
there. Nah, sold 100%.
Citizen, might I inquire as to the status of your giant fluffy cat license?
Listen, if you're asking whether he's toilet trained better than most humans I know, so he'll be fine. Don't
That
you
is
worry
not what
about
I
it.
was inquiring about, but fair enough.
What about, if you guys are looking for companions, I saw like some goth wandering around.
I'm like lurking in the
Amazing.
shadow, like
Hey,
just.
Para Nevermore, you want to get over here?
do you-
Inspiration for that one. So, just as a quick note, I've got coins for each of you for when you gain inspiration. So if I'm lobbing a disc of metal at you, it's a good thing.
Just remember to duck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh, she's glowering.
I like slink over. What do you want?
Oh, she's moody. I like her.
Do you want to pet my cat?
I guess.
It's a good icebreaker.
It really
I pet
is.
the cat.
It really is.
Does it purr?
Oh yeah. Oh, he does nothing but purr.
And then like, does he roll over?
Yeah.
Can I pet his belly?
He's a little bit unsure of people normally, but he seems to be all right with you.
I imagine you looking really happy while you're petting, then you go straight back to the
For a second, yeah, I'm like this, and then I catch all of you looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, it's all right, I guess.
So you look kind of out of place here.
You look out of place here.
I would hope I look out of place. I mean, have you seen my outfit? I'm like gaudy AF, like all colour.
I was gonna say it's that's a choice.
It is a choice. It's a great choice.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
word you missed out there when you said that,
Yeah,
basically.
no, I did, yeah. I
So
forget words
what
sometimes.
brings you here? You look like you're kind of not where you're meant
Just
to be.
Adventuring, traveling around. Just decided to leave the Shadowfell, essentially. It's a bit of a it's a place where I'm from. you know.
Oh, you're
It's pretty,
you're
it's pretty badass.
You're one of the Raven Queen's guys, right?
Uncomfortable atmosphere detected.
What gave you that idea? The raven tattooed on my face?
Yeah, it took me a
Oh,
second.
she does sarcasm, people. You gotta be careful.
Do you narrate everything?
Yeah, I do. This is me in character saying this. This is
I
not
know, and
my
I'm saying
character.
this to you in character.
So, Panic at the Tavern. What brings you here?
It's not really any of your concern.
I'm just saying, we're gonna go on an adventure. So, if you want to come with, you can pet my cat some more. Do you do cool stuff? We should have asked her whether she
Yeah,
did cool
do
stuff.
you? Or do you just tend to stick to the shadows and glower?
I mean,
More-
that could be handy
It
too.
could be.
I'll come with you. You can just trust me. I'm pretty badass.
Well, you know, anyone who says they're badass definitely is badass.
I don't need any
so-
further proof
No,
than that,
me
yeah.
neither. No.
Okay.
Okay, so Raven Essence is in the party.
So I did see there was like some big green guy wandering around.
With
Yes.
something on his butt?
Yeah.
Right? I heard something clanking. Do you remember we were walking down the street and we
That may have been me.
Oh,
Oh, the guy with the cool skull on his head.
yes, I remember
Yeah,
seeing
that was
him.
pretty cool.
It's quite tall, right? It's hard to miss.
I'm
Where
pretty
does
big.
it go?
Well, I'm using it to disguise my hungover face because I've been drowning my sorrows recently down ye olde tavern. And now it's the morning, I'm pretty hungover, so I'm looking around for some ingredients to make myself a fry-up.
You swear you can hear some people discussing you and the pan that's on your butt.
Maybe they want some of my fry-up too. I do cook a mean breakfast and I am rather lonely.
Or breakfast.
Would anyone like some...
Do you have any sausages
Delicious
on you
fry-
right now?
I have sausages, I have bacon, I need onions.
Okay, so Pan's right over there. He's like sniffing at you right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, hello. I probably won't cook you. You look quite nice.
Excuse me. Yeah, no cooking my cat.
No
Thank you very
cooking the
much.
cat. Okay, I'm not a vegetarian, but I'll leave the cat because he seems quite friendly, at least.
You need to
At the
clarify
moment.
that you're not a vegetarian. Not eating a cat.
I mean,
It's polite.
I may have eaten one or two cats in my teen years.
Whoa,
Oh my
whoa, whoa,
God.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Right, we're not having this guy. Like, Pan, get back over here. This is not.
Well, I've changed. No.
You've changed from
different,
eating
yeah.
cats.
I've changed, yeah. At a point in my life, I decided to take a more peaceful route. So I don't eat cats anymore. And in fact, I don't really fight unless it's 100% necessary. I'd like to try and keep
Oh,
out
what a wimp.
of violence.
Get out. Oh, can we keep him? I like him. He could be like a nice calming presence.
You eat my cat, I will set you on fire.
I won't eat the cat. I would definitely not eat the cat. Although,
He'll
with a
eat
bit
you
of
first.
ketchup, it might be quite tasty.
I'd like to put my hand in front of his mouth, just like to try and stop. Don't say any more.
Destruction of property is cause for immolation.
See, he gets me.
Yeah.
You suddenly become aware that a man has walked up to you. He's sort of wearing a big sort of traveller's cloak with a big hood sort of billowing over his head. He says, pardon me, did I hear you say you were adventurers a moment ago?
Yes. Yes, you
Adventurous.
did. We
Yeah.
are adventurers. I take a stance like an adventuring stance.
Right, because my lady wife and he sort of gestures over to where a lady is sat, waving. She's on like a big wagon, you know, like the kind of like curved top ones with the canvas sort of pulled over it. Behind her there's just like a wall of crates and boxes and stuff. We're merchants and we were going to move on to the next town, only it goes through a forest and, well, we thought maybe we should hire some people to guard us on the forest road, because you can't be too careful these days, do you know?
We do know.
Yeah.
Sounds good. How much are you willing to pay us good adventurers?
Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't really have any money right now, but I anticipate the minute we get into Heller's Crossing and we shift what's in my cart, I will have a lot of money.
What have you got in your cart?
Can I inspect the goods?
Sure, yeah. Make me an intelligence investigation check, please.
Oh, I'm good at that one. +5. That is a 19.
Okay.
Ooh.
You sort of, he looks slightly perturbed as this sort of construct marches up.
One moment, citizen.
Rifles through some of the sort of front layer of boxes, and it's a lot of like spices, dried meats, some bottles of wine, things like that. Like some fine silks. Like this is going to be worth quite a bit.
Do any of them smell of crime?
Do you even have a nose?
No, I specifically stated in my character sheet that whilst Robert O'Cop does not have a nose, he can smell crime.
No, they don't smell of crime.
Okay, good.
They smell of capitalism, which sort of smells similar.
A little bit more acidic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it all seems to be legitimate.
Very well.
What do you know of this forest that you want us to accompany you through? Is it particularly dangerous?
I mean, time it was quite a pleasant place to go, you know, picnicking, cavorting. The town just 2 days' ride away. It's called Heller's Crossing. It's lovely this time of year. It's just, recently there have been some brigands on the road, and my wife and I were getting on in years. This is Freya, by the way. My name's Magnus. It's nice to meet all of you. We just thought, we anticipate a quiet journey, but we thought it would be nice maybe to have some companions who look like they can handle themselves. And frankly, between the big cat and this fella over here, he's pretty big, and whatever your companion there is, we thought maybe you'd be a good bet.
We do look pretty cool.
I think we do, yeah.
I mean, I'm just keen to do some adventuring. So let's start slow, you know.
Yeah.
Do this.
Just the word brigands is making Robert's eyes glow red. Like, he's ready to roll.
Where did you find that haunted suit of armor?
Sure, sounds like fun.
Right, well, we're about ready to head off. If you need to pick anything up, I'm sure we can wait around an hour or two. I mean, like I say, we're going to be on the road about 2.5 days, so we'll be camping rough, I'm afraid. But if you need any victuals or oils or what have you. I missed that one. What was it?
My chemical corvid. You got anything else you need to do?
Have you got a list of these somewhere?
She hasn't even got these written down. She's just going to put these on the spot. I'm good.
I'm good. I don't need to get anything. I've got all my things. I have a viol on my back as well.
Got a couple of days supply of chicken.
I've got loads of provisions for all
Fly-ups.
kinds of eating.
Awesome.
Breakfast eating, lunch eating, dinner eating.
11s.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
Second breakfast.
Second breakfast,
Second
snacksies, midnight munchies,
We,
all of them.
Okay, I know you've eaten cats, but this is
This
something
is good. This is good. I'm liking the whole chef accompanying us across the road. Yeah. It's awesome.
And between all of you, of course, you have about 250 foot of hempen rope, because that's just a
It's the
D&D
important
staple.
thing.
Okay.
All right then. So Magnus and Freya, they're kind of like they've got two sort of like surly-looking mules that sort of shy away at first when Pangaban kind of comes close.
Easy. He's fine.
But yeah, but there's got a lot of like of calming down of animals, and they enter into an uneasy alliance as they sort of like cluck at the reins, like come on, and then slowly the wheels turn and the wagon starts to roll out from the town of Folstadt. There is probably room for like 3 of you to sit, like one of you up front with Magnus and Freya, 2 of you sort of on the tailgate at the back. A couple of you will be walking. It's up to you sort of who goes where. But all of you get sort of as the sun sort of starts to shine down through the branches as you head into the forest road. You're like, I'm doing it. I'm on an adventure. I mean, Morrigan, you're like, it's going to be easy.
We're fine.
You're absolutely, this is...
I have my mask on because we're outside of the town and I'm anticipating getting in a fight.
Wow, that's hellish.
Perfectly terrifying.
That's the
I was
idea.
not
Oh, gosh,
expecting that. Oh, and we were making eye contact and everything. Oh, okie dokie. So yeah, you start sort of rolling out.
Cool.
Magnus sort of calls over his shoulder. It's like, so how long you been adventuring together then?
About 5 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
However
Since
long
this
we've been on the
morning.
road.
Yeah.
I say
Oh.
the exact count of time down to the minute.
That's precise. Oh, it's a surprise. You seem very at ease with one another.
Where did you come upon all this stuff, Magnus? Like, it seems like you've got a real windfall here. Have you been saving up to sell it all, or?
Oh no, I'm a merchant. So, what I do is I wend my way across the Southern Isles, and I sort of gather things in one season, and then at the end of a run, I sell it all on, like I'm planning to in Heller's Crossing, and then, I sort of do it all again. Really, it's as much a hobby as it is a profession.
Wow, that's...
How's Freya doing? Is she still quiet in the back? Is she like...
Freya's sat up next to Magnus, and
Okay.
she actually chimes in. She's like, "Oh, he's being modest. He's quite gifted, He's very good at getting things out of people.
Getting things out of people?
Yeah, as a merchant, he
As a merchant?
Strikes
not with
a
like
hard
a
bargain.
knife or anything?
This little old man? Are you kidding?
No, he doesn't carry a knife. I mean, we've got a fruit knife in the back for fruit.
You'd be surprised what a fruit knife can do if under the right circumstances. But
Weapon
yeah, okay.
detected. Weapon detected.
Is that right?
I was just inquiring. I didn't mean to come off as creepy at all. But no, I'm gonna walk a little bit faster, like by the mules, and just like try and avoid the awkwardness that I just created in that one.
Yeah, they try and be good-natured about it. They're like, "Oh no, creepy's not what we would have said. Didn't even think creepy. No, not creepy. Who wants an apple?"
Yeah, good subject change, yeah.
They hand out apples to anyone who wants apples.
Thanks.
I'll save it for later.
Robert Cox sort of just
I don't want to take it.
scans an apple.
Do you actually ingest food, or do you just like
40% water.
amazing?
Cool. So if there are any chats you want to sort of have along the way, now might be an opportunity. There's no pressure, but
Can you ride that cat if you were to put a saddle on it?
No, he's not for riding. He's a friend.
It's
and
big enough and fast enough if you wanted an escape route quick.
Not for you.
Well, not for me, no. But
No, Pan is not, he's not a mount, he's not a pet, he's a companion. And he actually understands a lot, so...
okay. So I'll definitely not put the saddle on him then. Okay, fine.
the atmosphere sort of like, I wouldn't say it's tense, but like it's not as cordial as it was 20 seconds ago. Is suddenly broken by the crunch of, it's actually the snap of a twig as a man steps from the forest directly in front of you, puts his hands on his hips, and very cheerfully, in a really self-satisfied manner, just goes, "Stand over and deliver."
I immediately ready my crossbow.
Yeah, without even a second's
Yeah.
notice, the weapon just sort of unfolds itself from my arm and starts charging up.
Cool.
Stand out.
Yeah, I'm readying a sacred flame just in case.
Just kind of stand there. Just looking.
Yeah,
Ow.
I'm sat at the back. I'm just kind of like watching for now.
He just goes, "Not so fast, not so fast." And you sort of hear a lot of bowstrings go like, as four brigands are they lean out from behind trees with bows taut. "We'll be having whatever's in the cart and any money you've got on you."
No, I
please."
don't think you will.
Is that right?
I don't think so. I think this stuff is going to stay exactly where it is right now.
What makes you think that?
I loose an arrow at him.
Aim for the kneecap.
I'm going to stand in front of Pan real quick. I'm going to tell him to hide under the wagon because he's not a fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of is like, I think we all thought battle cat.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what Pan does. Okay, well that would just make me a dexterity attack then with your crossbow, please, which I assume you have proficiency in.
I actually have a short bow.
Oh, short bow.
Wrong, yeah.
Pardon me.
That is a 16.
Oh, yes, that'll do it.
Yay!
Wow. Okay,
And
so roll me your damage.
8.
Yeah, you take him like the arrow takes him like square in the solar plexus, and he like crumples to the floor. He sits down like he's not out, but he's clearly very wounded.
Okay.
He's like like just watching blood pool between his fingers. He's not entirely sure what just happened.
So I guess we're fighting now.
Yep.
Indeed, I would like for everybody to roll me initiative.
Yay!
Oh, wow! That's a 1 from me.
Oh,
I don't do that again.
got 19.
Same
Wow.
here.
Just a straight up D20, I think, isn't it?
Yes, and you've got an initiative modifier.
Do I?
Yes, everyone
that?
does.
Here, you've got +0.
Oh, +0. 17.
I've got 6.
Where's that?
19.
Yep.
Minus 1,
Oh,
so you've
no.
got 3.
Oh!
Okay, so I mean everyone's going to act before the brigands at least. Etane and Morrigan, you both rolled the same, so you get to decide between you who goes first.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna like cordially lift up my short bow and just do this to like gesture that you can go first.
Alrighty, I would like to cast. That's very nice of you. Thank you. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame their way, which is target must succeed on a Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
Oh, 13.
So you've got your man in the who's just sat down because he's been shot with an arrow, and then you've got 2 lads up here and 2 lads up here, basically leaning out of the trees. So which sort of side are you going for?
I'll go for the left hand side.
Okay, that way, and that was no, and no. They both whiff it. So
Alright, so that's 1d8 radiant damage.
okay.
3.
Well, they do catch fire, in fairness. So they actually both take. You only roll the damage once, so they both take 3 points, in fairness.
Oh, I see.
Morrigan?
So that one guy's sitting down and the other guys are in the trees.
Yeah, two people on fire up there, 2 people up there who are
cool.
still sort of getting ready to shoot
Fire.
their bows.
Good job. I'm gonna ready my short bow again and aim at the one who is the guy in the trees looks like he's closest to the cart with Mangus and Freya.
Yep. Okay, so that is on the right flank. He's the furthest forward on that side.
Okay, yep, I'd like to aim at him with my short bow. Again, that is skew with, right?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a 10, but roll it. Come on.
Roll again.
Other way.
It's fine.
That is a 10.
Okay, that is a hit on these lads, actually.
Sweet. And
That's exactly what you needed.
7.
Set. Okay, he's not quite dead, but he may as well be.
Come on, brigand.
Like,
Is he fallen out the tree or is he still in the tree?
He had sort of like he'd come into full view.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So then.
Oh, so they're not like sitting in the trees.
Oh, I
No.
thought you were too.
Oh, like
Okay, that
leaning
makes
out
more
of the trees.
sense. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's ruined my time.
Well, let's retcon it, sod it. Yeah, they were up in the trees. That one is now very much not in a tree. He is basically, you just hear a lot of wet gurgling noises coming from the base of this tree where this dude has fallen down.
Music to my ears. Cool.
Horrifying.
Thanks for it.
Yeah, in fairness. All right, then it is the turn of Robert O'Carp.
So one of them is still in a tree, not on fire.
Yeah.
Let's fix that. All right. So I've got a cantrip of Firebolt. So basically, artificers are a weird new class, but they cast out of tools. And I've got an air horn that pops out of my forearm, which I cast Firebolt through. So I'm basically Buzz Lightyear, but with noise. So I'm going to cast Firebolt at him, which I think is +5 to hit.
Looks to be a 10.
Yeah, all right. So that's a 19.
Yeah, that'll do it. Roll me your damage.
It's a D10 damage. That's a 12, isn't it? There we go. That's a 1. What I'm attempting to do is set the tree on fire, though. If that's possible.
You can't just outflame me, man. I'm literally a cleric of light.
I was literally built for this.
He's not wrong.
The tree, you kind of like Yes, it does catch fire. Basically, it's not so on fire that he's going to start taking damage just yet. He sort of leans back, takes a bit of a singe, and he's like, ah!
It will
But
get that way.
Now the tree below him is starting to crackle and flames are licking further up the trunk.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. From there, we go straight on to Hell. What are you doing?
Yes. So they're all not in trees anymore.
There is one person still up in a tree. He's pretty much fine. The
Okay.
tree he's in is on fire. There are
Okay.
2 people in a tree up there who are definitely on fire. There's one guy who was sat down, like with he's taken an arrow directly in the stomach, basically. And you've got one guy who is just very much dying at the base of a tree with an arrow like in his throat.
Okay, the guy who's on the ground with the arrow him, the
The one dead
penultimate.
ahead.
I guess so. Not the last one. The
The
penultimate.
first one who got shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I just go up and like stick my rapier in him?
No, you can't take someone else's kill.
Bad etiquette.
If I see her going to it, can I like exclaim to be like, no, don't?
Yeah, talking is a free action.
Okay, I'd like to go like, not yet, not yet.
Fine. I put my rapier back. I get my short bow out and I shoot the guy who's not harmed in the tree.
Not harmed in the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
D20, I guess.
That's a dex, and
Correct.
I assume you're proficient in your bow. So don't
Yes.
forget your proficiency mod.
Yes. I mean it's +5, but I only rolled a 4, so it's 9.
I'm afraid, yeah, he's sort of just in time to have the arrow thud into the trunk behind him. He's like, "This tree on fire!" It's like, oh! He realises he's suddenly having quite a bad day from what should have been a routine mugging.
Right.
Good, bad.
Well, I've got my pan out. I'm kind of like, these lot have done a lot of damage already. That guy with the arrow in him, he looks a little bit worse for wear. But maybe toddle over and see if he's all right, and maybe, try and stem the bleeding a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to yell out, if I see him going towards him, I'm going to assume that he was going to try and kill him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to yell out, for God's sake, stay away from that one. The other ones are fine.
Okay,
Just not that one.
okay, I back up. And I get a little bit confused. And I go, okay, just gonna stand here. Doesn't look like there's much danger. And then I just wait.
Okay.
Okay.
So mechanically, we can call that holding your action. So if
Okay.
at any point in the rest of this combat round you decide you do want to do something, you can go, you can take your go basically. But the only people left to act are the bad guys. So
What's
let's-
left of them?
Okay. Let's start with the dude who's taken an arrow in his, like the leader basically.
My buddy.
Yeah, sure. He like surges to his feet, draws a short sword, and he's just like, "You absolute!" and he comes straight at you. He's going to try and hit you
Okay,
with his shout sword. What's your armor class?
13.
Okay, he misses with one of the attacks, but the other one definitely connects. So he like gets you for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Kind of feel like he does a big swing at you, like you sidestep, but he sort of gets a slice in under your pauldron maybe.
Okay, yep.
And he's just like, ah!
Ow.
It stings. It's annoying.
Okay. I am like cackling when he comes towards me though. Like, yes, a fight at last! But you know,
She's crazy.
it's just boring staying in a town.
Let's see. 2 people up in a tree. They are gonna take. Oh. They're both dead.
That sounded like a very ominous O. I was like, either everything's great or everything is very bad.
Basically, the 2 flanks up there, like, you just hear 2 thuds, like, as 2 people just die of being on fire.
Adventure is awesome.
Yeah, and they just drop out of the trees. That guy's just, I mean, he's on 1 hit point with an arrow in his throat, so I don't think he's going to do much. Okay, then we got the dude in the tree that is on fire. Does he catch fire? He does not.
Oh.
My fire's better than your fire.
What's your AC, please, Robert?
My AC is armor class.
Yeah.
Is 15.
He fires an arrow. It's like, "Zzz," and it's going. Ding. It just bounces straight off him. Everyone's kind of watches like, oh, okay.
I just don't flinch. I'm just sort of staring at him, waiting for my next turn.
Okay. We go back to the start again. So.
Well, I mean, we're not in too much bother anymore, so I'm going to call Pan out from under the wagon, and I'm going to slowly approach the guy with the arrow in him. Just be like, are there any more people around? Careful what you answer, because my cat's pretty hungry now.
Make me a charisma persuasion check, I think.
And then 6.
He just spits blood at you. It's like,
All right then. I guess. Can I cast Warding Flare afterwards? I just want to scare him a little bit.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on then. So there's just when he does that, there's just a huge flash of white light.
Does it do anything to him mechanically?
It imposes disadvantage on his next attack, but I don't think he'll need that.
Okay. Cool. Morrigan.
I'd like to draw my rapier and hold it right up to his throat, like underneath. I'm going to say, what she said.
Okay.
I'm gonna like scratch Pan a little bit so he's not like growling, but he kind of goes, which to an untrained eye looks like he's being menacing, but he's actually just.
Charisma intimidation check, please.
20 non-natural.
Okay. I think that'll do it though. He drops his short sword and goes like, he looks up into like the left flank of the trees and is like, stand out, stand. I think we're out of combat now.
Okay.
I think the only other one who can do anything even vaguely capably is climbing down out of the tree that is on fire. How good is Robert Okop at stopping doing the justice bit? Like, is he incapable of stopping now? Or like, I don't really understand your ethos.
Well, see, the problem is, whilst he thinks that all crimes are punishable by some form of death, as I said, I don't have jurisdiction in this part of the world. So whilst I'm basically a vigilante at this point, I can defer judgment.
You recognise that the conflict has de-escalated.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you hear Freya just quietly in the background go, "Good thing we hired them, Magnus." That escalated very quickly. Magnus is like, "Freya, not now, not now." So there's a very scared-looking, like, brigand leader with an arrow, still sticking quite a long way out of him. He's sort of just like.
Do we want to heal this guy?
Not yet. Does it look like he's like fading, like losing
No.
consciousness?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think
Although the dude under the tree is going to die very soon. Okay.
He's not the boss.
So. No, he's
And there's another guy who's now just missing an eyebrow, who's sort of standing there sheepishly. He's sort of just like twiddling his bow, like.
Okay.
All right.
Can I just go and grab him by the chest and just hold him up? Just
Yeah.
be like,
Good idea.
I've got this one under control. Don't worry.
He's just now like staring down at you.
So no more people waiting in the trees.
No, we're sort of it.
No.
Yeah.
Got a hideout somewhere near here?
Well, no, not really. I mean,
You really didn't think this through, did you?
it's normally easier than this.
Well, so we keep going down this road. We're not going to have any more trouble?
I mean, we've not really gone any further down the road ourselves. We don't know.
What's your name?
Jeffrey.
Did you rob any other caravans before this one?
No.
No, you didn't.
Listen, Jeffrey, I hate to do this, but it's kind of my job.
but-
Have you, what? I was going to say, no, I'm not going to heal him yet.
No, I feel like we're getting fire in your hands, and if it looks like
No,
you're
but
going
I'm
to
just,
kill him.
You know, I'm just saying, like, have you ever considered joining our Lord of Light Palor? Like, you ever considered, like, another way of life? Listen, I don't like this any more than you do, but it's part of the job, you know.
Is it alright if I say no?
Not really.
I mean, well, I was just sort of getting into the brigand game, to be honest with you.
Well, let's look at your life choices. Look at where they've brought you. Your mates are all on fire and dead.
Tell me about Paylor.
He's just great, you know. Like you can heal the sick and feed the hungry. Just go to the temple and tell them I sent you, please.
So much money in it.
Actually, the temples have a lot of stuff in there.
Do you get commission?
It's my duty and all that stuff. It's like what I gotta do.
The more questions he asks, the like harder my rapier goes into his throat. I'm not piercing skin, but just
Okay, yeah, he's like, yeah, alright, I'll go to the temple. Who are you? Sorry,
Yes.
who am I telling? Who am I
Etain.
saying?
Tell them I sent you.
Alright, yeah.
Just the one with the white cat.
the one with the white cat,
Cool.
alright, yeah. Okay, I guess I'm going to devote myself to a god now.
rapier gets pulled away.
Bye.
Bye.
He legs it.
Okay.
There's still, like...
Can I
What did you
like
do with Buddy?
shoot an arrow, but just like miss him, just like to scare him, just like
Can
just
you?
past him?
Or the one running?
Yeah, the one running.
Oh no. Okay.
Do it.
Make me a dex check.
Adventuring's great.
Don't biff it.
6 + 5, 11.
Okay, yeah, it misses. It kind of like...
Yeah.
He goes, ah!
It would have been awesome. That would have been great. So what about this one?
Yeah. What do we do with this guy? You're just holding him, aren't you?
Yeah, I've just got him aloft in the air, just sort of looking very casual.
Paylor?
Was this your first like brigand attempt as well?
You're not very good at it, mate.
Yeah.
Alright,
Choose your answer carefully. Crime is punishable by death. Organized crime is punishable by much more painful death.
Yes, it is our first day on the job. You can, if you want to check that, you can make a wisdom insight check to see
I'm
if
good
you
at that.
believe him.
Insight +2. That'll do. That's an 9. Sorry.
That was a pretty crap lie. You do not think this is his first day on the job. You think there will be innocents he has harmed in the past. First, never tried it before.
I think it's a bad enough lie that everyone can just see by the look in my eye that he's obviously
He's not
telling
wrong.
a fib.
And
Yeah.
What did you do with the stuff that you stole from the other people?
I come stumbling out of the trees.
I forgot about you.
guy.
So while all that's been going on, I've been looting the dead fire guys. And they did have quite a bit of gold on one of them. I don't know whether it's his or whether it's been taken from other people, but it does seem like they have not crimed for the first time. There's been multiple crime.
You found more like money pouches than there were people involved in the combat.
Okay.
Whilst this entire conversation is going on, there's been like a whirring sound inside Robert's chest. And then a small piece of paper comes out, which he rips off and reads, and then immediately crushes the skull. No!
Oh man.
So literally like...
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Okay.
What does it say on the paper?
Guilty, I'm gonna.
Actually, it's not been working for a while. I made up my own mind.
Oh my god.
The head of the archer bursts like an overripe melon, and he crumples to the floor.
God damn it! We could have given the money back to the people he stole it from.
Whoa, no. I mean,
I think yes.
what are the odds we're gonna find them? You
Well,
know?
are we,
if he
Robin
was still
Hood?
alive and not squashed on the
pronounced
floor, we could
Robert.
have tried to find him.
Well,
at
we're not gonna
least.
find. We're never gonna find them now. So we may as well put it into our adventuring fund, and then help more people down the road.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, if it makes a difference, I think you saved our lives this day, and it seems like you've saved some more. So,
So Magnus, tell us seriously. How cool did we look?
well, I mean, I've always been a bit of a Pat. Freya like shoves him. It's like it was amazing. you set 2 people on fire, and You nearly did, and then you know you got him in the end, didn't you? And you're terrifying.
I do my hero pose again.
You didn't do much, but when you did it, you made it work.
And you?
I picked some stuff up.
You look like a career criminal yourself, actually. You really were turning over those dead bodies like you were nothing. Thanks, Frank. Yeah.
I have to loot.
I think that was a good first, battle. I've not done that before. That felt quite good.
What should we do with the dead bodies? Should we
Burn
hang
them.
them up to warn people? I don't know.
Just burn them.
Who specifically are you warning?
Or bandits. That's actually quite a good call. I don't know.
It's starting to get dark at this point. Maybe we should be.
Yeah, that's
It's
a good
starting
point.
to get on for like late afternoon.
Okay.
You've got about an hour or hour and a half of sunlight left. Probably.
Okay.
How long do we know how long of the journey is left?
It's about 2.5 days journey.
Oh, right,
Jeez.
okay.
Did you say, did they have a camp that you found?
I didn't find a camp, but there was a little map to a clearing quite close in one of the pockets.
Maybe we should go there. I mean, although other people...
Yes, the map.
There was a rudimentary map. It was written like, God damn it, Spud. If I have to come find you and bring you back to the camp one more time, I'm gonna hamstring you, Jeffrey.
Oh,
That's nice. Oh, poor Jeffrey.
Was it? I wonder if it was Spuds whose head we crushed.
It felt like one.
Yeah, you can find your way to their camp if you want.
Do you think
Mash
it might
that
be safe?
Spud.
Do you think other people would come and find us if we stood into their camp?
Other people could find us wherever we go.
That's
Yeah.
true.
They said there was no others.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go to the clearing, we're just leaving Magnus, right? Unless he's coming with
Oh
us.
no, they're coming with us.
Yeah.
We're not just going on our own.
Okay.
Don't give me
He's
that
up
look.
for that?
You can all just make me a wisdom perception check on the map to see how secluded you
Woo!
think it is.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. 13
7.
plus 13 plus what was it? Insight?
18.
I've got 18.
Okay.
22 actually.
13.
I think Morrigan, you just give it a cursory glance. He's like, don't care. Everyone else is like, no, this looks pretty defensible. It's sort of like a camp made against a natural outcropping, so nobody's going to be able to sneak up on you from behind. It's well hidden in the trees. It looks like there is a broad enough path that you could probably take the wagon in. Seems like a pretty good place to camp. Eminently defensible is what you think. How you think, I bet the lighting there is amazing. I could look really moody.
Is there a good campfire for cooking?
Yeah,
I mean, I think
there
we're
is
good. Between us, we can light a good fire.
Sweet.
Are we setting
Going
these
there?
corpses on fire then before we go?
Well, I was going to ask, is anyone up for human meat?
Do they?
I'm gonna say no.
No.
But
okay.
thanks.
I'll just kick that body back into the bush then.
Do they look like brigands? If you saw their bodies, you'd be like, they're okay.
Yeah,
They're evil.
they look bandity enough.
Okay, I think we should pull them into the road to number one, warn any merchants coming that there are bad people here. Number two, warn any brigands that someone's gonna fuck them up.
So do you kind of want to puppet them a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe is there any? I have the arrows. Sorry, can I lift up the arm of one of the dead people and prop it on an arrow in a tree?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. It's pointing down the road, kind of like a warning.
This is
This is for you.
Oh,
that was scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
It serves a purpose. It warns two groups of people at the same time. It makes sense.
Efficient.
It makes. Thank you.
Can't believe I didn't get a coin for suggesting to eat them.
Yeah, what am I saying? It's cannibalism. I love cannibalism.
Oh, not that much though.
That was gonna go.
Almost in the pan.
Okay, so you, following the map, make your way to the campsite. The sun is, starting to really, sun is starting to set now as you find, it's not very well appointed, it's kind of just a couple of tents, as campfire that's burned down to pretty much nothing, but there are some, pots and pans and a couple of bed rolls, and you're like, yeah, this'll do,
Okay.
it's fine.
Bread rolls?
Bed rolls.
Oh.
Magnus does sort of say, well, if you're hungry, I do have some victuals in the back.
I think we're good. I mean,
mind sharing.
Yeah, just pulling out a 3-course meal.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow. Looks amazing.
Can we offer you any of the 3-course meal?
Oh, I wouldn't like to presume.
Oh, come on.
Plenty for everyone.
We insist.
Freya.
Worry not,
Freya
citizen.
shoves it down. Get me in there! Yeah, Freya comes down. She's brought like a couple of bottles of wine.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
isn't this nice?
Can I just light up a little bit and just take a little quick walk around the perimeter, just to make sure everything's all
Yeah.
right?
Call that. Let's make it an intelligence investigation check.
Okay. Ooh. 9.
Okay. Yeah, seems fine.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Nothing untoward. Like, you can see why they chose this spot.
Okay.
You know.
Are we like all quietly talking while we eat, I assume? Like, or are we trying to stay quiet?
Where
like,
did you learn how to cook?
It's fine.
Can I play my viol in
Well,
the background
yeah.
quietly?
I'm
I like
writing
that.
a report.
God damn, yeah.
Okay. Where did I learn to cook?
Yeah.
Well, it was back with my old tribe. I wasn't a huge fan of the violence. I took part in some of it. I definitely did. But as I got a little bit older, got a little bit more wary of my own sense of mortality, and that made me feel a little bit guilty about perhaps robbing other people of their lives. And so instead of going out into battle, I decided to hang out with the chefs and the cooks, and I would make some delicious meals for the returning warriors. Wasn't always, the most highly respected thing I could have done. A lot of people looked down on me and called me a coward.
Orcs don't really like that stuff, do they?
No, but I did cook some amazing meals. So it was a 50-50 there. A little bit of shame, but also like, that is some excellent mystery meat stew. So, yeah.
Everyone passes a couple of hours in, pleasant conversation, some, food is enjoyed, drinks are drunk, and then eventually sort of Magnus goes, I might turn in, but might be wise if we all post a watch. I don't know if anyone wants to take the first couple of hours on... Oh. Boy, do you not need to...
I just need a 4-hour trance. I'm pretty easy.
Sleep is not required.
Oh.
I'm already asleep.
Do you have dark vision? Do either of you have dark vision?
I do, thank you.
Okay, cool.
This only got dark vision.
Are you wearing sunglasses? Is that what you're doing? That's where it comes from.
I'm going to find a little bed rolled by a tree, and me and Pan are going to crawl up underneath it.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to nudge you and just say, if you want to have a sleep, just wake me up when you want to go to sleep and we'll switch.
Cool.
And I'm going to go to sleep.
I should clarify that I physically do not require sleep.
Everyone else is asleep.
I'm called to do this all night.
Do you have dark vision though?
And all is well.
I've got passive perception.
All is well.
Robert, shut up!
Can I set an alarm, actually?
Yes.
Morning.
That functionality is provided. I genuinely have a spell called Alarm. Oh, that's a thing, actually.
So convenient.
I've got a spell called Alarm. It's a ritual. I can set up a sort of perimeter where if somebody we don't know walks into it, then it will beep, beep, beep.
Great. Yeah, are you casting that?
Yeah, it's a ritual spell, so I think I just do it,
Okay.
as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
it
it takes
just takes time.
It takes about 10 minutes.
Cool. Sorted. It
So-
lasts for 8 hours. Perfect.
Cool.
Nice.
You sort of see Robert sort of like hunker down and sort of like raises his arms, and then for a couple of about 10 minutes, if you come close enough to him, you hear him sort of murmuring in ones and zeros. 0, 0, 1, 0. But eventually, he sort of seems satisfied and sort of just goes on to alert. The night passes slowly. Well, the first couple of hours pass. Etain, like, Pan is restless. Like, I'm assuming, sort of when you're on your adventures together, he's normally quite content to curl up and go to sleep. He's shifting a lot. He's like, and then he's sort of pacing a lot. Sort of just like, he's just sort of sat up and doesn't seem thrilled to be here.
I'm going to get up and walk with him a little bit. I've had a couple of hours at that point, so I'm like, if he's not sleeping, I'm not sleeping. So,
Okay.
are you guys all right, everyone?
No threats detected.
It's all good here.
Okay. What about the other two? Can I check on Magnus and Freya? Are they in the wagon?
Yeah, they are just sort of like, they've actually just sort of got out really massive blankets, and they're sort of like, they've leant back a bit on their bench, and they're just like, they've got their arms linked.
Aww.
It's
Adorable.
Okay.
Make me sick.
All right.
very sweet. You got this, the elf there just like carving something in the side of the chariot. Your alarm spell goes off.
Oh.
What's it sound like?
Oh god.
Threat detected. Threat detected.
How dark is it at this point?
It's nighttime. It is like pitch.
Okay.
I sit bolt
what can-
upright because I assume it's really loud, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's
It
deafening.
wakes everybody
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
I've got like a light spell that I can cast. I can sort of do
Oh.
magical tinkering. So I just grab a big rock
Okay.
and just turn it into a light.
I'd like to cast Fairy Fire.
Cool. Which sort of just creates.
You can see lines of everywhere, like in the dark, so
Great.
you can see people moving.
You see Pan sort of like crouched beside you, sort of growling and like throwing looks sort of everywhere, like looking at the wagon, looking into the forest, looking to a different bit of the forest, looking at the wagon. To you, to the wagon, to you, to the forest.
Right, fine. We got this.
I'd like to draw my rapier and just kind of like go to where because can we see the boundaries of your ritual spell, or is it just invisible?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Well, as I approach the boundaries, I've got dark vision. Can I see anything in the like undergrowth?
Yeah,
I'm
make me
scanning?
a wisdom perception check, please.
Where you are. 15.
Yeah, you see sort of a humanoid figure sort of standing with arms splayed, slowly backing up.
Up.
darkness.
I see you. Get over here. Can I say that more intimidatingly?
Yeah.
I don't think you could.
That was like an angry mom.
That's how I talk to my dogs.
Yeah, you
when
say it in
they're
a very commanding fashion, yes.
Okay.
Valentino white bag.
Can I overroll intimidation for that, or is that just?
Yep, please roll me intimidation.
20. 21.
They stop.
Okay.
Like they pause.
Right. I'd like to yell out, "There's some guy over here!" And then I've got a dagger, can I throw my dagger? No, I'm sorry, if he's being shady.
Aim for his foot, stick him to the ground.
Yeah, no, I actually, but when we were fighting before, you said go for the knee, didn't you?
Yeah,
Okay,
kneecaps
I
are
go
always
for the
useful.
knee this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pointing a short bow at him. By the way.
It's
I'm getting ready
15.
burning hands.
15 with my dagger, throwing it at his knee. God damn it.
You stand there. You've heard this dagger whistle off into the darkness, and you're like, that wasn't a miss. That was bang on target. But as you sort of you're like, and as the blade should have connected, because like I'm assuming you're a pretty good judge of these kind of things. It's like the figure just takes a step and goes,
Just disappears.
and then you see like on the very corner of your vision, you see a figure just step out from behind a tree and just start walking off into the darkness beyond.
They're teleporting, and then I'm gonna run to the caravan and check on Magnus and Freya. Are they alive? Are they okay?
Like Magnus is there, like with a crossbow, like pulling on the string, and Freya just slaps his hand and goes, "Give it here!"
Oh, amazing.
Racks a bolt into it, and he's like, "What was that?"
Okay, I think
I'm sort of
some
holding
of us
this.
should go.
Yeah, I'm
after
holding
the
this
guy.
light rock. Can I just lob it in the general direction just to get a sort of better view?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Dex. No, Dex acrobat. No, strength. Athletics.
Strength.
Just to really.
Strengthletics.
+1.
Strengthletics.
Nat 20.
Right.
Yes.
Shopper.
Yeah, it's almost like you watch him and he's holding this rock and he almost just turns and his arm doesn't really move, but the rock just goes. It's like he's used some form of like incredible magnetism to just like yeet this rock into the forest. And as you you watch it sail over. You see like just this figure just absolutely running away into the darkness. Does anyone have me like have any like nature skills or anything? Like intelligence, nature?
No.
I think you do, Ian.
I can see in the dark.
No, and your nature skill, can you point out what nature
plus
is?
2?
Yeah,
I've got
okay.
plus 3, yeah.
Yeah, so both of you make me an intelligence nature check.
Went out, I think. 14.
18.
You both kind of like, I mean, you don't relax, you're a robot, but sort of,
Don't tell me what to do.
everyone sees good bad kind of go like, oh, okay. It was a dryad. And like, it's like, you know, forest creatures,
Just curious.
basically living trees, so like, probably just checking us out. Like, don't think there's, probably all right. I don't know, but you've not seen too many of them before, but like they're not unheard of in forests and woods and that.
Can I ask one of you two, like, are they peaceful, like territorial? Should we be worried that I just threw a dagger at one of them?
Accessing data banks.
No, these are like neutral fae, so they're just
Okay.
kind of. It's like, it's very much a law of the jungle. They don't harm the forest, and the forest won't harm you, sort of thing.
Okay.
Why did you have
They're
to throw a
neutral
dagger
thing.
at it?
Because there was some shady trying to get close to us. Look, his spell went off, and I'm sorry, but I was just protecting.
We're gonna have to talk
Oh,
about your
right
impulse
again.
control.
Okay, can I go get my dagger?
Yeah. Just make me a wisdom perception check.
Okay. 14.
Okay, it doesn't take you very long. Takes you like 2 minutes.
As you come back, the alarm goes off again. Threat detected.
It's fine.
Ugh, Max is like, should we try and get a couple more hours sleep, maybe?
I'm already asleep.
Never woke up.
Okay, so
I go
you
into a
all
trance.
turn in
Yeah.
for the night. The rest of the night passes without incident. So the following morning, like you slowly you get woken up by sort of like the sunlight coming through the trees.
And your alarm.
Wake up, wake up.
They just hit him across the head. Like, wow, no!
Just 15 more minutes.
Robert E. Cobber's cut down a tree and is like banging on bits of trunk. No, because that would be bad for the forest.
Yes, that is vandalism.
Okie dokie. Good. Is anyone doing anything in particular before you as you pack up the wagon and your stuff from the night before?
Cheryl Crow, how you doing?
I'm good again.
I'd like to run into the woods very quickly and just say, I'm sorry for throwing a dagger at you, and then like sprint back.
It wasn't because we burned those trees, was it?
Well, they didn't
Because we
didn't
didn't
come back.
mean to burn the
The
trees.
Dryad
I
doesn't
did.
attack us.
In fairness.
I felt like I felt like it knew that if we were trying to harm forest because it was forest, then maybe it would. Is that right? It would
Just
try and fuck us up a little
FYI,
bit?
I really like trees, so we cool?
I'm not that bothered about them.
Hush.
Theoretically, I am 50% tree.
Great.
Does anyone want some breakfast?
Yeah.
Magnus and Freya are like, they've been watching you intently because they're like, somehow you're the most ordinary one.
Well, that's because you don't know me yet.
Han's just gonna go and rub up against asking for some sausages.
Okay, there's plenty of them in my pockets.
Excellent. You all eat a delicious breakfast, and then in no time at all, really, everyone is ready to set out again into the forest.
Will the gang make it through the forest unscathed? Stay tuned for the second part of the Break Quest Club's very first adventure coming next week. While you wait, make sure you're subscribed to both Eurogamer and Dicebreaker, or check out one of the other D&D videos on screen now.